Before a star burns out, it burns its brightest. Before it turns into a black hole and all the energy is gone, it is a supernova. We all have heroes, and every man's biggest dream is to show his heroes that he's on the level. And everybody's worst nightmare is for your hero to look past you and think that you're not on the level.
Okay, I gotta do this. Mikey,
I'll be disappointed if it does not.
Mikey Spence coming up in 2 weeks.
Mikey.
Why?
You know what? Because he's Mikey. You know? That's simple. It speaks for itself.
See, the thing is that Spence don't move his head. Spence's head is always there. It's always there to be hit. You know, Mikey's a really good counterpuncher. You know what I mean? Spencer throw, and then he's right there. He stays there. You know what I mean? He like that. He'll catch a couple, but he's right there to be hit right down the middle.
With everybody thinking Spence is just some come-forward bull Mexican style fighter, Errol sought to prove the haters and the naysayers wrong, to show that he is more than just a bulldozer, to show that he has finesse, craft, and technique, and that he could go toe-to-toe with the best there is out there and beat the best at their own game. Errol Spence made the battle against pound-for-pound great Mikey Garcia look all too easy for his IBL's welterweight belt. Errol Spence 25-0 with 21 knockouts, going against a 39-0 with 30 knockout Mikey Garcia at AT&T Arlington Stadium in Texas. With everybody choosing Mikey Garcia to beat Errol Spence because of his boxing ability, Errol Spence basically shut him out for 12 rounds. He showed off his brilliance. His jab was powerful. He mixed up the shots to the head and the body. He used quick, smart footwork to keep Garcia off balance for the entire night. After the bout, Spence brought Manny Pacquiao in the ring and said it would be an honor to fight him next for the pay-per-view broadcast. Pacquiao was diplomatic in response, but he seen that the fight could maybe happen. It was a humbling night for Garcia, who said, "I see something." The first loss of his career, he made a bold decision to come up one weight class from the 140 to 147 for Spence's IBF title. He got a lot of praise but heavy skepticism, and he dared to be great, which a lot of people said, and he got credit for it, but he dared to be great against the wrong one. Spence, who was overweight in camp, had to have a fat camp, and he didn't get strength and conditioning, which saw the fight go the distance, and he didn't stop the smaller Mikey Garcia. But the numbers confirmed that everybody saw in the ring that Spence totally dominated. He landed 345 punches to Garcia's 75. And it took Spence a few rounds to amp it up, but he got on cruise control once he did. And a lot of other fighters that were scared to fight Spence seen that if a smaller fighter like Garcia can make it, then maybe I could. And Spence was starting to enjoy the fruits of his labors. The fast tenacity that he put in, the hard work and the training, he's starting to lack in. He's not coming as much. Just like Spence said, 50% of me is better than any of these fighters out here. And he developed a great relationship with Jerry Jones and started to get on the Superman fast track. He didn't want to be like fighters of old that enjoyed after it was over. He wanted his roses now. And Spence, as a young individual, started to enjoy his time in the shine, in the sun. After being shunned from other fighters and people didn't want to fight him, now he says a catch slogan: "Times have changed now. Now I'm the big fish. They got to come for me." And with record-breaking sales with Mikey Garcia's fight and Errol Spence battering around, becoming a specialist in people's eyes, only thing next is to put together a fight with Showtime Sean Porter. This would be Errol's toughest fight because this fight seen Sean Porter in training camp for almost 6 months, while Errol Spence, enjoying his partying, had to go through another fat camp. Errol had to drop almost 40 pounds while Sean Porter was in the best shape of his life. And this fight was much more than just 2 belts on the line. This was Sean Porter getting his dad's approval from all the years when he chose Errol. But this fight will go down as one of the best fights of the year and one of the best fights of both guys' careers. Being the man that Spence is, he takes his opponent's strengths and take it away from him. They say he couldn't box Mikey. He boxed Mikey. They say he can't go in the hole in the pocket with Shawn Porter. So he decided to do just that and take this fight into the down dirty, into the dungeon, into the hole. Spence threw 745 punches to Porter's 744. That shows how even the fight was, but Spence landed 221 of those punches, which was 49 more than Porter. He also landed 44% of his power punches to just 25.7 for Shawn Porter, whose inaccuracy has been a problem in an otherwise stellar career. Porter was throwing a lot, but he also was making it a roughhouse. And in the 11th round, Spence slipped a counter and threw a left, which was the straw that broke the camel's hump, or the camel's back. Porter's body went down from sheer exhaustion and all the accumulated power that he has been taking. And yes, he got back up, but the damage had been done. The mark has been done. Inside, he know he lost that fight. Spence went in there and beat that man at his own volition. Beat him at his own game. Spence is the man. He has 2 belts now and going for more. And now, with Keith Thurman ducking him, he only got one way but up, and he's enjoying the ride. Now the fight that everybody wants to see is Errol versus Crawford. And it's going to be a fight for the decades, like Hagler Hearns or Leonard and Hearns. We need to see that fight. But some people are talking about size of the street.
That guy. Everyone know I'm that guy.
You're not that guy.
I'm that guy.
Numbers don't lie, and I'm the number
I'm
one
that guy. You're not the number one guy.
Numbers don't lie.
You signed for 3.5 fight. I've been in there.
Everybody got ESPN.
Terry, who's a better basketball player?
Me. Anything about him is me. Me.
You can ask Bronner who the best basketball player.
And I killed him for the bread.
You
Him
ask
and
Bronner
his
who the
boys.
best basketball player. You can ask Bronner who the best.
Hey.
I asked all the money.
And I killed him for the bread. Easy work. He didn't want to play me one-on-one.
I killed him too.
He didn't want to play me one-on-one.
I play one-on-one.
That's what we were supposed to be in there after our fights.
But where you go kind
The statistics, they coming to us.
They try to find something on me.
They coming to us. We ain't going to them.
They
They coming to us.
try to find something on me. They can't buy enough. I like him though.
Now the fuck.
Errol Spence living the dream, flying high, hanging with rappers, just enjoying life, drinking, partying, smoking, doing everything that he wants to do, enjoying his star-studdedness. Errol shot for the moon, so he's up there with the stars now, and he's enjoying every minute of it. But what goes up must come down. If you're not living it right and treating it right, then it can all turn in a blink of an eye, in a flash. October the 10th, 2019, unified welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. was thrown from a Ferrari during an early morning crash outside a Dallas sports bar. They try to say he was been drinking, but rumor has it that it had been involved in some street life, some stuff that Errol Spence, a man of his position, had no reason being involved in, and he had to face the consequences. He could have died that night. Now, getting ejected from the Ferrari, nobody knows, will he ever get to walk again, talk again? Will he live? How would his career be after this? Is it all over for such a bright star with such a great future who Floyd Mayweather once said, I put my belts up against anybody for this kid right here? We never know. We just got to see what happens and what's in store for Errol the Truth Spence Jr.